Good morning. Hope everyone is well. Happy Monday, everybody. Happy Monday. What are we doing today? What do we see on this charts? If you just join us, welcome once again. Hope you had a fantastic weekend. Hope you rested for this coming week. Can we mark the register just quickly? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry we started a bit early today because I have to rush somewhere. I have a morning meeting today, so I decided that, look, instead of me canceling the stream for the meeting, rather than start early, there's quite a few things I need to do this morning. So hence the reason why we started early with the stream. Cryptum, too good to see you, my friend. It's been a long time. We've got Tibos Lekoto in the house. Samuel is in the house. Pavalo is in the house. His non-Atlantic is in the house. And Klanganipo is also in the house. Savage, good to see that you are up this morning. We've got Nadolo in the house. Tulan is also in the house. Ladies and gentlemen, it seems like US has responded the way they know how. What does it mean to these markets? Let's have a look. Let's start with gold. All right, so if you were also part of this live stream from last week, you would remember that we had 3,350. This is where we had our alerts. We had 3,350 as our alert there on gold. $3,350 an ounce there on gold. This is where I said you can possibly look for buy orders. 15 minutes gave you a nice setup for you to take it. This indecision candlestick here, this is where you could have taken this trade all the way to the upside, possibly aim at 3,375 or so. You had another chance, which was a second leg of this same market here, same level, 3,350. If you also watched my CNBC interview this past Friday, I was asked about my opinion and my analysis on gold, and I spoke again. The same thing, guys. You know what's nice is that the same thing that we say on international platforms, we have already spoken about them here on the live stream, right? And I spoke about how we as the choppers are looking at reloading again at 3,350. Possibly if we get a squeeze down to 3,300, that's where we can also reload from there and go to the upside. For those of you that took this one, well done, man. It was a beautiful trade. If you were not part and parcel of this, you can always go back to the streams for last week. We had this from the streams of last week, so go and check it out. It's there in black and white where we said we're going to buy gold. So if you took it, well done to you, man. What are we going to do now this coming week? We are now trading between and consolidating between $3,380 and obviously that 3,350, right? I would still say we looked at the COT data again. This is what I was saying on the CNBC interview. Hedge funds and money managers have increased positions on spread, meaning to say they are hedging this thing. Yes, during geopolitical tensions, we understand that gold can be taken as a safe haven asset, but I don't think speculators and big players have already executed their move here on gold, right? Let's wait again. I'm going to give you another price point. It's up to you if you're going to take it or not. Have a look at 3,300. 3,300. This is where you could possibly load more positions to the upside. If this doesn't hold, we spoke about it holding, go to the upside. We already had that. Now, if it doesn't hold again, 3,350. Have a look at 3,300. Put your alert there and see if maybe you can execute there. All right, this is 3,300. We want to go all the way to the upside. So if you've taken TP there at 3,380, you should be on the sideline like myself now. All right. We still have our all-time high as 3,500. We're still closely looking at that. WTI. So now over the weekend, I'm looking at the headlines that New York have taken out 3 nuclear sites of Iran. I was like, if these markets were open now, I was going to buy them. So I'm not surprised of that gap back to that $75 a barrel there on WTI. Not really surprised. I'm not really surprised. So that gap, unfortunately, is being filled now. So we had a gap here to $75.77, and now we are currently trading at $74.29. What do we do now? We have support here at $74. Are we going all into the upside? It's only a Monday, folks. Wait for this market to breathe. Don't commit too early. Yeah, I know we are close towards month end. If you attended again the session that we had on Thursday evening, so we didn't stream on Thursday, we decided to have a webinar which was free to everybody to have access. We spoke about, yes, when it's during times of month end, traders normally make a lot of mistakes because it's their situation trading rather than them trading, right? I know you've got pressure and whatnot, but stick with us here and let's see, maybe we can have something that we can assist you with, right? In my opinion right now, I think retail traders are going to definitely look to take advantage of WTI. They are going to buy it. I'm thinking I'm getting a bit of rejection back at $75 at VWAP. I'm selling this thing to the downside, possibly at $73. I'm going to sell it. And I know, again, you say, Mr. President, you have started with your crazy analysis. Why sell this? Fundamentally, so it doesn't make sense. Please allow me to do what I know. And we will chat later about it. So I'm going to be bearish here for this session. Let's have a look at the FX market. We've got the euro dollar trading at $1.15. Again, this is not giving you anything, man. From last week, Wednesday, we've been trading between $1.15 and $1.14. You are really not getting anything out of this. You are really not getting anything out of this. We need to break above $1.15 and $1.14 for us to start making decisions, right? Enrico, yes, there is, my friend. There's the bonus there. Promo code. Go on the bonus section if you want to make a deposit with the Oct. It's written there, my friend. Givens Khasi. Just put that promo code and you're going to get your 100% bonus. Put that bonus code, you're going to get your bonus. There is. That's euro dollar sideline again. British pound USD. What are we doing this morning? I think what we're going to do this morning, guys, is just to have a discussion, man. I'm not really, nothing is appetizing me as far as these markets are concerned. But tell you what, I think I'm going to see a bit, I'm going to rely on the weakness of the dollar today. That's what I see. Folks, if you just join us, please like the stream. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so. Again, if you just joined us, just know that there is no positions that are being executed. We had an execution on gold last week already. It's already gone. TP nicely hit there. Indices. Quite a tricky one. Nasdaq is trading at 21,600. Yes, all letters caps, my friend. Just put all letters caps. Nasdaq is trading at 21,600. It's currently down by 2.25%. I would want to know your thoughts on this. US 30. Also nothing really much going on. Above VWAP trading at 42,000. We are nicely above VWAP there. German. Well, just before the stream, I was looking at this German and I wanted to make sense of it. We had a nice gap there on Friday. Closed above VWAP at 23,000. I can't remember what we did during the live stream on this German. What was our analysis? But if we do close above VWAP, I think it's only a matter of time. We can maybe try to close this gap and maybe go back to 23,300. Any close above VWAP, maybe we can possibly go to the upside, folks. What's your take on it? WTI up by 1%, still looking for those sell short positions. Yes, I know it doesn't make sense at this point, but remember, I'm a day trader. I scalp a lot, so I'm just looking for that opportunity, that one opportunity that I can take advantage of. Your family, there is a request. I think it's already 4 people already now. They say, President, take the stream from YouTube to TikTok. What do you guys think? What do you guys think of taking our stream from YouTube to TikTok? Let me know your thoughts there. Savage is saying I like YouTube better. I don't know how to pronounce this. Cyro, I would say Cyro. He's saying YouTube is proper, Mr. President. Yeah, I think YouTube is more professional, you know. Savage is saying you can try both to capture different audience. That's what my team was thinking of as well. Now, Dolly is saying TikTok, Mr. President, TikTok is for dancing, challenges, etc. Here we mean serious business. If they want to hop in, better come here. We are here as choppers. That's my thoughts. Yeah, that is you know true. It's just my only problem with TikTok is that I think most people use it for dopamine. Like they just use it to push time in terms of it's mostly scrolling, you know. You just scroll for that, but there are a lot of guys that are streaming there on TikTok. There are a lot of guys there that are streaming on TikTok. A lot of young guys there streaming on TikTok. And maybe we should try both. We can't leave. We can't leave. Now, they're saying do a double live stream. YouTube is the headquarters. Yeah, it's a good idea. Kumza is saying I think YouTube is fine. Wiseman, good to see you, my friend. Savage is saying TikTok also needs a president. I agree. And Tlaganipo is saying people on TikTok only want you to tell them to buy or sell. So YouTube is better so that you can see the value that the information you share. That is so true. That is so true. TikTok mostly that's what I'm saying, it's for dopamine. It's for people that want like quick things, like just, you know. Are we buying? Are we selling? Are we coming out? Are we going full margin? Yeah. Yeah, that is true. TikTok has a lot of disturbances, man. I think most people use TikTok for gifts and what do they call it? Most of them is for gifts. Gift us, like it's mostly on. The people that are viewing, the people that are watching must gift you, as opposed to what we are doing here on YouTube. We don't really. This is not really about gifts and whatnot. But we are planning, as we have spoken before, that we are planning that the people that wants to help out by donating to this channel, I humbly ask, not to say that I don't need your money, but every entrepreneur needs money. But I would love that money, rather we pick someone on monthly basis that we fund his account. You know, the more we have people donating, we can change someone's life. But we are not just going to fund any random person. We are going to fund someone that has a very proper plan of executing going forward. A proper trading plan, proper journaling system, proper money management. Those are the people that we're going to fund. Yeah, Tlanganipo is saying it, guys. Let's not forget to like this stream. Mukele is responding to Savage, saying you can't attempt to change something which is already dominated by something unrelated to what we do here. I think I'm both ways about it there, Mukele. Savage is saying the kids on TikTok needs your leadership. Yeah, but at the same time, Savage, you know, I hear you. But I think we come to a point, guys, where now you are going to serve the people that are serious, you know? Like we've tried. We've really tried. We've really tried. Guys, we get a close above as risky as it looks, you know. We get a close above VWAP there. Possible buy then on German. Oh, look at our POC at 23,000 and that's basically okay. So let's have a look at this. So I'm on 5 minutes right now. I want us to make sense of this, folks, right? So one can say, Mr. President, you're saying we close above VWAP, we possibly go to the upside. Where are we going to put our TP? So the only thing that discourages this trade is risk management. So let's say we close above VWAP there, 23,213 or so, right? Where would you put your TP? Remember how I trade. My TP must always be before the next resistance. So where is my next resistance? Unfortunately, my next resistance is exactly at 23,250, which also happens to be a psychological level. So where will I put my TP and where will I put my stop loss? I can possibly try to put my stop loss there again, looking at what the ATR says. But look at this. My TP has to be this. I'm getting at least 1:1. My TP has to be just before the next resistance, which is at 23,250. As I mentioned earlier, that this is also a psychological level. That's the only thing that rules out my execution plan here. That's the only thing. But other than that, this looks good. That's the only thing. Can you see that where I want to put my TP is exactly where we have POC? Now, what I said about weighted averages, the power behind them is that they rule out the whole analogy of it must always be support and resistance, right? So, hence why. Samuel Mandaba said TikTok is noise platform. A good a good trader like you shouldn't be influenced by YouTube. Telegram is perfect for you, Mr. MJ. Yeah, I hear you, my friend. I hear you. Hey, the thing is, TikTok is another world, man. Like TikTok is another world. Like TikTok is toxic. But I think it depends on where you are or where you stay, because other nations use TikTok as an educational platform, like the nations of China and so. But we use it mostly for other things. TikTok can give you the breaking news quick. What do you guys think of Trump bombing these nuclear sites in Iran? Let's have a discussion about it, folks. And what does that mean to oil? Like I said, I'm honestly looking at it with this eye that retail traders are buying WTI, buying Brent crude. Brent crude is now trading at $76, up by 1.2%, had a gap all the way up to $77.82. Now, what are we actually saying about this? What are we actually saying about this? Are we buying it to the upside? Well, I will have to beg to differ there, especially if you are looking for intraday setups. I want to sell it, man. Reloading at $73 for me would make sense to go to the upside. Make your research about the Strait of Hormuz. Iran controls the northern side of it. I think it's around 20 million barrels of oil is moving through the Strait of Hormuz. If there is an escalation in this war and that supply is interrupted, I'm telling you, you better brace yourself, especially emerging markets like us as South Africa. We're gonna be in trouble, I promise you. I promise you. So I'm sorry, folks. I'm gonna have to beg to differ with some of you here. I'm selling WTI and Brent crude today. Or let me rather say this session, because a long term, obviously, like I'm saying, maybe reloading at $73 to the upside, making new high just past there by 75 and possibly hit $76, $77. Was obviously something I'm looking at, but I'm looking at intraday setups. We're trading at $74.47 now. How do I take advantage of this going to the downside? That's what I'm going to be looking at. As far as currency pairs are concerned, I like what I see here. We have finally broken. There's that break there on German. There's that break there on German. The only problem why, and again, Mr. President, you should have taken it. The only problem why is that it's against my approach, my rule approach when it comes to where I put my TP, because my TP was initially going to be exactly here or at the POC level. But let's continue monitoring it. As far as Nasdaq and US 30 is concerned, we don't really get much. This thing is not giving us anything at this point. But I like the fact that euro is going, British pound is going to the upside. We just broken above this level here, $1.34. Can we close below it? Again, there's a high possibility. Then we can consolidate throughout the session. But yeah, let's have a look. Guys, please make sure that you like the stream. Ensure that you like the stream. Tabo is saying he's new here. Welcome, my friend. We welcome you. We really welcome you. We really welcome you. Nhlakanipho is saying, Mr. President, have you ever thought of running a podcast like the 2Gs, which can run at the same office as Top Trader, or maybe have a different one? No, I don't. Look, one thing that I want you guys to understand, podcast is a lot of work. And unfortunately, I cannot do something that I'm already doing. I'm already in the podcasting world. So for me to do podcast, it will defeat the purpose of being a top trader, right? The 2Gs are doing it quite differently. They are doing live streaming, yes, and they have their own podcast, but different markets for different folks, you know? So my obsession is, as much as I enjoy podcasts, right? And I think right now we are having a lot of podcasts. In my opinion, we are having a lot of podcasts, whether it's trading, whether it's what, but we're just having a lot of podcasts, right? And I always have this conversation with Mobile, the value that we are trying to provide in the industry and how we can change people's lives. Not to say people's lives are not being changed, but we are always looking for ways in which we can improve, you know? Looking for ways in which we can improve. But yeah, industry chats, market masters is already doing well. For me to add another podcast, it won't really make sense. My obsession right now is live streaming. My thinking is, how do I grow this live streaming? That's what I think about every day, because this is potentially where I can find best traders in the world, that once my hedge fund is up and running, I don't have to look far. That's my main plan right now. And yeah, as I always say, folks, if you are a subscriber on this channel, ensure that you go to TTSA and go there, like and subscribe. Another episode is dropping again. We're still in the Cape Town edition, by the way, with TTSA, right? Another episode is dropping again tomorrow, 6 p.m. Go check it out. And on Wednesday, we have Market Masters as well. Check it out. Mukhali said, Mr. President, Iran is a country that has a tendency of not backing down or away from any war. So it's very tricky. But I think this war, if this war continues, WTI will be bullish for one long term. Most definitely. Sasol share really took advantage of this. Look, Sasol have been having their own fair share of troubles internally, but we have seen their stock really appreciated from, I think, Wednesday or so, if I'm not mistaken, Tuesday, Wednesday, obviously because of this war, right? But the breaking news was the United States striking this past, was it Sunday? Striking the nuclear facility. For me, that was like, that's it, man. If these markets were open, I was going to buy WTI immediately, right? Immediately. But today I'm selling it. I'm selling it. Look at already what it's doing. I was gonna buy the high, maybe $74 or so, as I've mentioned, but I'm selling it, man. I'm really selling it. I'm selling it. Did you hear Trump's statement, by the way? I'm going to try to look for it. Trump is always Trump, man. What do you guys make of this statement here? Let me try to get it. Let's take a listen, folks. Just 1 second, please.
A short time ago, the U.S. military. Thank you very much. A short time ago,
Look at how
the
he
U.S.
holds the
military
mic.
carried out massive precision strikes on the 3 key nuclear facilities in the Iranian regime: Fordow, Natanz, and Esfahan. Everybody heard those names for years as they built this horribly destructive enterprise. Our objective was the destruction of Iran's nuclear enrichment capacity and a stop to the nuclear threat posed by the world's #1 state sponsor of terror. Tonight, I can report to the world that the strikes were a spectacular military success. Iran's key nuclear enrichment facilities have been completely and totally obliterated. Iran, the bully of the Middle East, must now make peace. If they do not, future attacks will be far greater and a lot easier. For 40 years, Iran has been saying death to America, death to Israel. They have been killing our people, blowing off their arms, blowing off their legs with roadside bombs. That was their specialty. We lost over 1,000 people, and hundreds of thousands throughout the Middle East and around the world have died as a direct result of their hate. In particular, so many were killed by their general, Qasem Soleimani. I decided a long time ago that I would not let this happen. It will not continue. I want to thank and congratulate Prime Minister Bibi Netanyahu. We worked as a team like perhaps no team has ever worked before. And we've gone a long way to erasing this horrible threat to Israel. I want to thank the Israeli military for the wonderful job they've done. And most importantly, I want to congratulate the great American patriots who flew those magnificent machines tonight, and all of the United States military on an operation the likes of which the world has not seen in many, many decades. Hopefully, we will no longer need their services in this capacity. I hope that's so. I also want to congratulate the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Dan Raisin-Kane, spectacular general, and all of the brilliant military minds involved in this attack. With all of that being said, this cannot continue. There will be either peace or there will be tragedy for Iran far greater than we have witnessed over the last 8 days. Remember, there are many targets left. Tonight's was the most difficult of them all, by far, and perhaps the most lethal. But if peace does not come quickly, we will go after those other targets with precision, speed, and skill. Most of them can be taken out in a matter of minutes. There's no military in the world that could have done what we did tonight, not even close. There has never been a military that could do what took place just a little while ago. Tomorrow, General Kane, Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth will have a press conference at 8 a.m. at the Pentagon. And I want to just thank everybody, and in particular, God, I want to just say we love you, God, and we love our great military. Protect them. God bless the Middle East. God bless Israel. And God bless America. Thank you very much. Thank you.
There you go, folks. Look at that WTI already dropping. Again, Mr. President, you're crazy. Why would you want to sell it? There it is. Guys, I always say to you, for every buyer, there is a seller. Go check it out. I don't know if it's already being uploaded. I'm going to try to find it for you guys. My interview with CNBC, I'm going to try and find it for you guys. Go check it out. You can also check it out on... I hope I'm not going to mess up my system by doing this. I really hope. You can check it out on the website on CNBC.
The energy and the commodity prices. So I think the sentiment is mixed right now. Cautious and optimistic, but I think with a close eye, both inflation and we can see some tensions there coming in.
On the risk, the major talking point this morning, and perhaps starting from late last night, was the...
Right. So this interview is dropping tonight. You can check it out tonight at 6 p.m. We're going to drop it since a lot of you say you missed it. Right. I spoke about WTI. I spoke about gold. I spoke about not being too much in a hurry for buying gold. I spoke about Strait of Hormuz. There's a lot of things that I spoke about, right? Sometimes don't rush to buy this market, because when we started with the stream, one could have asked, but President, that doesn't make sense. We are having the war. We are having a country that is having large oil reserves. They moved like 20 million of oil barrels through this sea, right? And if there's disruption, obviously, right? Why would you sell it? Yes, fundamentally so. Guys, you need to understand something, that that's why I don't shy about it. Whatever interview I do, I will always be technical, and I'm not going to try to deceive anyone being an analyst and talking about this markets that, yeah, there's war, there's this, let's buy this. No, I'm going to be as straight. That's what I'm saying. The interview is dropping tonight. Go check it out. I spoke about being realistic, that we cannot be only fundamentally, right? Because Fifi also asked me about gold, that given that gold is now trading at this price and it went to the downside, what is causing that? And I was clear to her that, listen, it's going down because 3,500 was profit taking for money managers and hedge fund, and we clearly saw it last week. And maybe we can have a look at it again. COT gold. Right? Look at the spread there on gold. Look at the spread there on gold. 2,650, right? Overall positions or contracts, we have 48,708, 58,514 to the short side. Overall, long positions are 245,995. By then, now we could have seen at least 3,500. Remember, COT, the one that you see now, it has already transpired. So you might be seeing that 245, or let me say 246,000, and say, I'm continuing to buy. This has already happened, my friend. This has already happened. It happened weeks ago. Now it's profit taking. That's why we're seeing them closing positions, right? They've closed 987 positions on the ones that were on the upside. They've also closed 563 positions. But look at this. They are hedging right now. Plus 2,650. This is also what I spoke about on the interview. We're not going to shy away that this markets have speculators controlling it. Yes, we can be fundamental. We can be technical. But We know that there are big guys that are controlling this. Hence, you see now some of the analysis that you'll have as far as fundamentals are concerned. Some of these fundamentals that you'll have on the ground, they contradict what we believe in as the Choppers Nation. That you are seeing that there's war, but you are selling WTI. Are you crazy or what? Right? WTI is up by 1%. You had a gap in the early hours of the morning. You are already selling this. This really doesn't make sense. This guy should be on some crack or something. Why would he do that? For every buyer, there must be a seller, right? Hence why I said, let's sell WTI this morning. And the gold that we had here on, which day was it, by the way? Let me do this. I think Wednesday, right? The gold that we spoke about here, when many wanted to buy it here, go to 3,500, we basically disagreed with that sentiment. Why would you buy there? That's what retail traders are going to do. Find discount at the lower level, right? What is this? 3,350. I still need to go back. When gold was trading at 3,400, we as the Choppers said 3,350. We can buy there, get an intraday setup. And this is where we were, 3,350 there on that line there, right? So if you go on 1 hour, we held that 3,350, went all exactly to our TP point. Had another opportunity for those of you that missed this as a second leg to try to push it to the upside, right? Guys, if I don't get music, I tend to feel like I'm in a lecture hall. I feel like I'm in a lecture hall. I'm sorry. I need music. Okay, so we need to be clear with these markets and try to do what works, not what the world says. Sabiso is saying, greetings, Malema and the members. Guys, you cannot really say that I am Julius Malema. I'm like Julius Malema. I'm the sweetest guy there is. I'm very sweet. Very, very, very sweet. This thing of you guys calling me Malema, I don't know where you get it from. I'm the sweetest person you can ever work with. Whenever I'm being interviewed on TV, I answer questions. I don't respond funny. I don't make jokes of anybody. I'm sweet, man. So stop it. Very sweet. Let's have a look at that German. Ooh. 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 Yeah, Mr. President, we told you so. You should have just taken that buy. You should have just taken that buy. as much as I wanted it, guys, it was against with my rules. I was never gonna put my TP at this resistance here at 23,250. Sure. Past BO POC, past BO, I mean above, past above POC as well as view up. Oh. German is now positive. Let's have a look at a heat map. Euro quite weak this morning, down against the USD at 0.19%, up against the AUD, down against the British pound, and also up against Japanese yen there by 0.43%. US dollar quite strong this morning, up against the euro, up against AUD, and only finding itself struggling against the Swiss, only down by 0.8% against the Swiss franc. The AUD is weak, down against the USD there by 0.41%. We've got Japanese also weak there. That tells me already that Japanese is going to be the weakest throughout the session. We've got New Zealand dollar also weak. We've got Canadian dollar fairly, can't really say strong, but I think it's holding some ground there. Swiss franc is the strongest, followed by the dollar. Japanese yen struggling this morning. Chinese yuan also holding some ground there, but Japanese, I'm thinking that is getting a beat in there, down by 0.68% against the Swiss. Swiss is only a matter of time that we can see it maybe down by 1%. Also down against the British pound. We were looking for some buy orders there on GU. Are we getting anything? Nope, we are still playing within the consolidation level. Euro dollar, on the other hand, we are still within the box there. We're trading between $1.15 and $1.14. Folks, y'all are quiet on me. Please tell me your approach on this market this morning. Yes, we missed German, but we didn't really miss it. If you wanted to take a trade and it goes your direction, but you didn't execute on the basis of you respected your rules, you didn't really miss it. You didn't really miss it, and you don't have to punish yourself in that regard. NAS 100, we're just consolidating here at 21,597 or so, but now we have tapped 21,600, only down by 0.10%. Can we go to the positive this morning? I think so. US 30 down by 0.14%. Can we also go to the positive, maybe up by 0.10%, 0.20% in the next few hours? That is a possibility. We have a high here at 42,400. Can we tap it and possibly go to the downside? It's also another possibility. But yeah, folks, what was number one on my list was buying German 40 and selling WTI. There it is there, folks. I'm saying try to reload at $73 a barrel there. Samson, good to see you there, my friend. Guys, a lot of you have been on my WhatsApp asking me how you can join Octa. I'm going to respond to most of you today, right? Just after the stream, I'll have a few minutes to respond to you guys on how you can join the private group. And Octa is giving you guys a new promo code. Don't use the trade with the MJ promo code. Use this one, Givens Khasi, for a 100% bonus if you want the bonus. Timo, good to see you there, my friend. Tabusa is saying someone else believes Malema is sweet while 80% of the country thinks he's a criminal. Ibrahim Traore is seen as a villain somewhere too. I just appreciate the strong leadership. Hence, I'm here again. It's only a pleasure, my friend. One thing you need to know is that revolution will come in this industry. And it's only a matter of time that we get to the union building and try to do what is right for our nation. Some of you are saying Trump was bluffing with that statement. Well, I don't know. Man, I don't know what to make of Trump these days. I really don't know. It's very difficult for me to tell what kind of a stance Trump is on going forward. I really don't know. I really don't know. But apparently, Iran is in talks with Russia. There is a fighter jet called the B-2. I don't know if that was deployed to bomb Israel, right? B-2 fighter jet. I think that was the the jet that was used, man. This is a massive jet too. And I think the US is the only country in the world who has this. This thing, I think it costs around $2 billion. During Sunday's attack on the Iranian sides, the B-2 bomber flew non-stop for around 37 hours for its base in Missouri, refueling several times mid-air. It's one of the few fighter jets that can fly for hours, man. This thing was flying for 37 hours. It has a bathroom, it has a toilet, it has a station where the pilot can make some food there for himself. Crazy. After days of speculation, the United States joined the Israel-Iran conflict after American military struck 3 sites in Iran and moved in a move that's set to escalate tensions in the Middle East. So yeah, it seems like the B-2 stealth bomber was the aircraft that was used. B-2 stealth bomber is the first of its kind arsenal in the US Air Force and has been a backbone of the American stealth technology for 3 decades. After the first flight in 1989, the aircraft remains one of the most survival aircraft in the world. Man, for those of you who don't know it, this is how it looks. Oops. This is how it looks. Look at this beauty, man. I'm an aircraft fanatic, so hence why you see this. Guys, at times, please allow me to do such kind of things. I need to clear my mind from this chart so that I don't get FOMO and other things. Let me just distract my mind. This is the B-2 Spirit bomber. Crazy. If this thing is deployed to South Africa, where will you be hiding? In South Africa, man, we have our own problems, man. Meme Angie was the president. Alostro relapsed. This is what we are dealing with. If this thing is deployed to South Africa, hey, I don't know where you're gonna hide, man. I don't know where you're gonna hide. But we are a nation that is also backed by God, man. I believe there are also spiritual dynamics there, the unseen forces that can protect us. That's what I believe. What do you think of Putin joining the war, Mr. President? Well, I don't know, man. Are we having World War III? Well, I really don't know, man. The US is saying if Iran have those nuclear sites, they're going to destroy everybody one day with those nuclear sites. It's politics, man. It's really politics. Some people saying they have money for wars, but they can't feed the poor. Tupac. That's deep, man. That's very deep. Volume. I don't know, my friend. You see there. I don't know. I just like jets, not particularly fighter jets. I just like jets. My favorite flight is Boeing 747-8, the cargo one, right? I just love planes and jets, but as far as the interval, I don't know, volume. I don't know much about that. I don't like wars, right? So please don't get me wrong, guys. When I say I love jets, I don't mean I like this bombing and stuff. I just like jets in general. Your Boeing 747, your Airbus A380. The favorite plane, man, that I was so in love. I almost shed a tear when I saw it being bombed. The Antonov 225. It's called Merea. Antonov 225 from Ukraine. It was bombed. The biggest cargo plane in the world. It was bombed with 6 engines and only being flown by 2 pilots. One of them called Dimitru. So I really don't know about those the intervals and whatnot that the B2 can bomb. I don't really have information on that. But yeah, quite a beautiful jet. All right, Nasdaq is now on the positive, up by 0.005%. German still positive. Gold doing really nothing at this point. US dollar also doing nothing. British pound, we just broke above that level. Guys, we haven't looked at crypto today. Can we please have a look at... Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't liked the stream, can you please do so? Can you like the stream, please? Let's have a look at Bitcoin. What I will say is that as much as you're going to see, as much as you see the whole approach of gold being the safe haven asset that during geopolitical tensions, currency devaluation, economical instability and whatnot, you're going to have gold appreciate. Let it be known that we have crypto markets now, of which I call them digital gold, especially Bitcoin. I can never look for any sell short positions on Bitcoin. Remember, I only traded on 4 hours. This was a good level for reloading. Never really tapped it, but tell you what, we come back to 103. I'm gonna look at discount, maybe at 99 and we go to the upside. So mark this price 99,000, then we can possibly go to the upside. That's my take there on Bitcoin. First man, he said, Mr. President, our military has been weakened hands. We can never have a coup in South Africa. I hear you. I hear you. First man, I'm just thinking, man, of the quickest way to get to the Union building and start putting some measures there in place. Savage said, Mr. President is being window shopping for jets to protect us. Yeah, man, I'm not going to fly that thing that Ramaphosa is flying. I'm not going to fly that thing. I'm not going to fly that thing. That is an old jet, man. We're going to get a budget. You know how we're going to make that budget? We're going to fire that cabinet that is sleeping there in parliament. Most of those OGs, I'm telling you, we're going to fire most of them. They must just know once we are being voted, they must just kiss those seats goodbye. We will need a proper jet to fly the world. Time to time, meetings are cancelled for our president because they are servicing that jet. It's an old Skadongo thing, man. They just need to throw that thing somewhere. There's another jet. It's a 747 Boeing jet, right? That jet is only flown when there is crisis in the world. And apparently they saw it somewhere. So there are two jets, right? The Air Force One for the President of the United States. There's another one. It's called, I forgot the name. What do they call it? All right, the Doomsday plane, right? It almost looks like the Air Force One. There it is. Doomsday aircraft deployed just how close were now. This was a sign that there's high chances that Iran was gonna be hit. There it is there. It's a Boeing plane, 747. I don't think this war is stopping anytime soon, man. That's my take. In South Africa, we have FlySFA. Is it only me? Or FlySFA takes shortcuts in the air, man? It leaves late. Sometimes it leaves late and it arrives early, before time. It can be 30 minutes late and arrive early. That airline is busy. It's busy. WTI is still selling. Brent crude up by 0.63%, still selling. We had a high there at $77.78. Currently held the low at $75. Like I said, man, why would you be buying these things now? Everybody's gonna be buying them. Don't lose your money like that. German, we are out, guys. We didn't get this. We didn't get this. Execution was gonna be close above VWAP. This is where we expected our execution at 23,200 all the way to the upside. But unfortunately, TP was going to be compromised because we were gonna have our TP maybe close below. I mean, close to our resistance level there, which is 23,250. It is a psychological level as well, right? As you know how I trade, I never put my TP close to support or resistance. Hence why I didn't take this. Should we have a webinar again this Thursday? You can just reply there with a yes. Then we can start looking for topics for another webinar. And how did you find the last week's Thursday's webinar? Choppers, thank you so much for your time. I'm gonna have to leave it there. If you haven't liked and subscribed, please do so. I'll see you guys possibly tomorrow again. We can stream. Let's start early, guys. 8:30 is the time. I think we should now all start streaming, right? So let's meet tomorrow. Let's meet tomorrow. Thank you so much, guys. Cheers.